back when the Yankees had to redo their stadium because they played at Shea for 3 years.
Right.
So, and I was thinking, could we play at the Giants Stadium for some time and pay them rent, and we can just turn the lights on and they can turn them on to green and gold and play there, since it's all about new vicinity this and new vicinity that, until we get our new place. I mean, we could in theory, right? Or the Giants would have no, or you don't think that would happen?
It's a Friday night, correct, right now?
Yeah.
Have you been doing drugs or drinking?
Too much drinking, huh? Too much drinking. All right, that's happened.
No, I'm just kidding. No, actually, yeah. I mean, so there is like history of this, and the Giants actually, I believe it was the late 80s, and they were trying already to move out of Candlestick, and they were figuring out options. Could they renovate it? And they were exploring the idea of sharing the, I mean, it sounds so weird to say it. The Giants wanted to explore the idea of sharing the Coliseum for a short period of time so that they could have options. It's crazy, and now here we are full circle. I think that is something that would be so far forced on the Giants that like they would never do it unless Major League Baseball threatened them of contraction. Right. You know, like it doesn't seem, it doesn't really,
no chance of that.
Yeah, it just doesn't seem like it would ever happen. And I just think there's too much competition. It's been clear all the way going back to the whole territorial thing, that they're out. Both teams are out to not only secure their own fans and keep their own fans, but also compete for the casual fan. And when the A's talk about Howard Terminal, of course, it's for the hardcore fans, it's for the season ticket holders, it's for the sponsors. But a big deal of Howard Terminal is to go after the casual baseball fan in the Bay Area who just wants a cool experience. And right now, we know where the cool experience has been for the last 20-plus years.
Oh, yeah.
So,
you
know, that the Giants know that, and I don't think they want to give up any opportunity to help their competition get a cool experience of their own.
Absolutely.
They're not going to go out of their way to probably facilitate that. It's probably the fairest way to put it. So,
but you could say though about how money does talk, right? So what if they gave them an offer they couldn't refuse and said, "Hey, I'm going to give you $100 million," or I mean, not 100, but
it would have
something crazy.
It would have to be all the money in the world, I think. And the other part of it, I mean, I think the A's, I think they might go play at Chabot College before they play at Oracle Park or Evans Diamond, or I'm just listing every
Levi's Field,
San Leandro Ballpark. I'm naming every good baseball diamond in the East Bay. I don't see it as ever really a possibility. But like I said, the other way around was completely explored in the late 80s, so there is some precedent. So I was kidding when I said that you were hallucinating, because
no, it's all good. No, good.
It's there's some reality to it too. So
I understand.
Yeah.
So, hey, I mean, I guess we go back in New York times back in the 70s. I guess there wasn't this kind of greed that there is now. I just thought that I guess those two franchises, or I guess those two franchises were able to get along. I don't know, a little Bay Area team couldn't get along, but I guess it's what it is.
I will tell you this. When the Raiders were considering leaving and all that was going on, I was actually a huge proponent of saying, why doesn't the Bay Area have one NFL stadium? Let's be honest, you have now 8 home games, regular season home games a year. It's kind of a waste to build a brand new stadium for 8 home football games only. And if you could have the Raiders and 49ers share some beautiful multi-purpose or multi-team venue that was configurable and shareable and agreeable, I mean, they would have both benefit, kind of like what happened at SoFi in Los Angeles, right?
Right.
I think that could have been and then the region gets to keep both its teams. But I think the 49ers were like, we worked way too hard to make this thing happen to just give away and share it with you. And I think it would have worked in the football sense, but when you're playing 81 times a year in baseball, baseball is how it is, and the schedule is that, it would have been it would always be complicated for any two big league teams here in this day and age to share a ballpark, to share a home ballpark. So
true. I actually heard a funny story about how Mark Davis. I heard actually he didn't want to share the stadium because of red seats. I don't know if it was a fake news story, but I heard it was simply because of the red seats. He didn't want to do it.
It was very possible. It's very possible that was a reality, and that was more than just a rumor. I'll tell you this: I toured Levi's when it was under construction, and they showed me the area. They literally walked me to the open area, and they said, "See this?
Wow.
This is the entire space that we have reserved in case another professional sports team wanted to make this their home." So it was planned out, like in the blueprints of here's an area for a whole separate home locker room and training facilities, but obviously that got used for something else because no chance of that ever happening again. So